woke me up. I started coming back and putting more of what the destruction of what the Europeans were really about. And what they were really about is that, for example, right now we have this whole concept of mestizaje. The idea that there was the Spaniards and the Indio who came together. There was no such thing. The Europeans came and raped our people. They raped our women. They stole our wealth. They enslaved us.
Treated them mean.
Exactly, yes, sir. They treated us really.
I read all those things they put when they first looked at
Yeah,
how they
exactly.
treated the poor Indians.
Our ancestors, our
I
people,
don't read
exactly.
that.
Yep. And they committed a Holocaust, a genocide. Just in what's called Mexico, Central America, it's 23 million and more. Overall, this continent was over 100 million human beings destroyed by the Europeans with one weapon they called smallpox, or la viruela. And with that weapon they used to decimate our population, to destroy our population. And when people say, well, the Spaniards didn't know that, yeah, they knew, because it was done in the Canary Islands. It was done in what's called the Caribbean with Arawak people down there. And once they came over here, they used it on us, and that's what basically destroyed, because they were fighting a weak nation already plagued by the smallpox. And also, you take into consideration the whole crimes committed against us, the whole destruction of our culture, our cities, our libraries, our courts. Our whole system was being destroyed at the same time, and our people being raped. So see, that's why and even in their own books, they wanted to massacre all of our population, but only this 5% was supposed to, that was survived, that was alive still. Even that percent they wanted to wipe out, but the only reason we weren't wiped out, because just like Bartolomé de las Casas says, that we needed basically slaves to do the work that the Europeans were so lazy to do. And that's why that 5% is here. We survive. We're survivors of that Holocaust, and we continue basically putting the real truth behind all this. Because see, at the beginning it was the whole concept of this whole mestizaje, meaning, thanks to these Europeans, we have all these things that came to us, and it's really BS. It's a lie. It's something that has been pushed on us through 500 years of oppression and colonialism. But in reality, see, this is what we should know. These Europeans invaders forbade or kept us from knowing our true theology. And our people from Anahuac have suffered invasion, genocide, rape, lies, theft, and the perpetration of the idea that we're not this people anymore. We are these people. We've been on this continent. And
How come it says Ti Mexica?
Ti Mexica, because the idea is that the Nahuatl language is known as something called la lengua franca, meaning that it covered many areas. It was vastly used in different areas, even all the way to Central America, to what's called El Salvador, el Pipil, known as the Pipil. And because you see an area, and once you get to this area, there's a whole bunch of Mayan speakers. Not to say that we don't want to reconstruct the Maya, but of course we want to reconstruct the Nahuatl because it holds more ground, and at the same time we will either learn the Maya or learn other different languages. But this is the language that our people used, and it's vast, right? So we use the Ti Mexica, meaning Ti Mexica. When you say Mexica, there's something there that sounds familiar, right? Mexica, Mexicano, Mexican, because they're saying Ti Mexica, meaning Ti, the word of saying we are Mexican. And so if you were to say Ni Mexica, meaning this is mostly like the plural way of saying we are Mexican. So if you say Ni Mexica with the T out at the end, just the pronunciation, it's meaning that I am Mexican.